Swadika and welcome to Voice of the Nation. Today you're with me, Nina Nirsha Malisak Lemire. And for today, our program, we would like to welcome a very special guest who recently come to visit Thailand to promote trade, education, and also investment for Great Britain. I would like to welcome Mr. Marcus Fysh, Parliamentary Under-Secretary and also Minister for Exports for Great Britain. Please welcome Mr. Marcus Fysh. So, Mr. Fysh, first of all, welcome to Thailand and welcome to Voice of the Nations.
Thank you.
How was your trip?
Very good, thanks. Yeah, brilliant to be back in Thailand. I was last here in 2007 on holiday. It's been far too long, far too long.
Do you like Thailand?
Yes, very, very much. I'm quite experienced in the region. I used to manage money in the UK invested into Asia Pacific, so I used to visit the region quite a lot, maybe a generation ago now.
So for this trip, what is your main purpose?
Well, I'm here to promote trade between the UK and Thailand, and in particular to champion the Bet Asia conference, which is ongoing here today, which is about promoting educational opportunities as one of the strands of free trade between our nations and between the UK and the whole ASEAN region.
Since you mentioned about you come here mainly to promote education, also investment and trade, I would like to explore more about education. Why is this the main policy to promote for Great Britain?
Well, it is one of the themes that we agreed to have as part of our joint economic and trade committee work between the UK and Thailand, but it's also crucial to the future of our young people, both in the UK and in Thailand. Having access to education really is the key to unlocking the potential of individuals across the world, and the UK is passionate about bringing some of that great British education, the best in the world, to making it as available as possible to as many people around the world as possible. And as part of that, technology is a huge driver, and in the UK we have some of the best educational technology firms also, and many of them are here today.
Okay, so you know that British education is one of the best in the world, and a lot of Thai people after their, I think the year 12 or year 13, they would pursue their educations in the UK as well as we have a lot of international schools here. How do you see this could merge to your policy?
Yeah, well, we are really happy to welcome so many foreign students every year to the UK. As you say, they find it a really great experience, and they have access to amazing teaching, wonderful facilities for English and law and all the things that are really useful to them in their careers and in their future careers. We also have some incredible scholarships available right now, in fact, under a thing called the Chevening program, and that's possible for those who are in the middle of their careers also to think about coming to the UK. So yeah, no, it's a really important part of our offer. I was lucky to sort of go to great educational institutions in the UK, and I know how wonderful they are, and we want to make that available to as many people around the world as we can.
A lot of Thai journalists actually apply for Chevening scholarships, actually.
Great, yeah.
But in terms of British education, how do you see this could improve Thailand, or improve or help emphasize in Thai education as well?
Well, one of the things that we are looking at today is ways in which some of the new technologies for education, things like in AI, digital
coding.
Well, coding's a big thing that I'm interested in too. I want my daughters, I have a 7-year-old daughter and a nearly 9-year-old, and they're very interested in computers, and I'm trying to get them interested in the way that computers are engineered and software is engineered, and trying to understand the world around them. Much of it in the future is going to be in the digital sphere, and that digital literacy is, I think, incredibly important, and we certainly have some of the best opportunities for learning those sorts of skills in the UK, and those are some of the things that we can offer through these through ed tech and other modern means of learning.
Well, since you're here in Thailand to promote British educations, would there be any collaborations in the future between the British government and the Thai government to scale up educations in Thailand as well? Okay, let's move on to the exports. Since you're here to promote investment and trade, and also you recently have been appointed as Minister for Exports, with the ongoing global situations, recession, inflation, does this affect the British export?
Well, exports are incredibly important to any economy. They are the key to sort of jobs and growth, and that's one of the reasons why free trade is so important to the UK, because that is a means of making the global economy more competitive, more able to work with allies, smooth out trade, take away some of the barriers, simplify some of the processes. That is what it's about. But it's about jobs in our home countries as much as anything else. And there's an opportunity in working more closely with Thailand to have that win-win approach through free trade to making both of our economies more efficient and give more opportunities to our people. On the UK specifically, we are a very strong underlying economy. We have a plan for sustainable growth, which is non-inflationary, and we've been making sure to help our businesses, help our people at this time of difficulty because of the war in Ukraine and the effects and the after effects of COVID and all of that, what that entails for inflation and energy prices. We had to put a package in place which was going to help limit those prices and enable our businesses and our people to be able to continue about their business in the same way. So I'm confident that yes, we actually have a great platform for growth into the future, and that our exporters will remain in a very strong competitive position.
But you recently had the internal challenges like the planned tax cuts. For example, would this also impact the British exports?
Well, it's important for us to have sustainable growth into the future, which is at a higher level than growth of the last 15 to 20 years. After the global financial crisis, the performance of the global economy hasn't been what we would want it to be. And it's important for us to reform our economy, to think about modern ways of regulation, industry by industry, which are more appropriate for the modern UK economy, and improving that competitiveness is a big part of what we want to achieve. We have reduced the corporation tax, so that will now be 19%, and that will make the UK one of the most competitive places in the world to start a business. We want the UK to remain one of the world's key investment destinations, and I'm absolutely certain that what we're doing will improve that over time.
Who are your main importers?
Well, we want to import all sorts of great things from Thailand. We love Thai food. There are many products that we love. We also love traveling to Thailand. Thailand has incredible places to visit, just as the UK does, and that sort of a symbiotic relationship of us visiting each other's great places is a massive importance to both nations in terms of economic growth. I know how important tourism is to Thailand. It's very important in the UK too, and we are very happy to welcome as many Thai people as possible. We also have VAT-free shopping has been reinstituted in the UK, which is, I think, a very attractive thing. There are some wonderful shops and products to take advantage of in the UK when visiting also.
How do you see the potential in Thailand and Southeast Asia?
Well, ASEAN, the whole region, is incredibly important to the global economy. I personally think there are great opportunities there. It's obviously got a burgeoning population. It's a very dynamic place. There are great companies making incredibly important components and different things, great products in agriculture, which we mentioned before, and in food. But there are so many opportunities here, and we want the UK to be able to take advantage of importing some of these things too, because they are really good for the UK economy. Trade is really a win-win thing. When you do more trade, it is good for both places, because the consumers in each place get to know what's happening in other places, and we also want more of an exchange of our people too. So coming back to education, that's why it's so fundamental, because having people traveling back and forth, getting to know each other, that is where these great trading and business relationships spring from. And that at the end of the day is what can sustain growth in ASEAN and Thailand, just as it can do in the UK.
You mentioned earlier about the free trade agreements, and at the, I think in the middle of this year, Thailand and the UK signed a joint statement on the UK-Thailand Economic and Trade Committee, or Jetco. Could you please elaborate on this, and what benefits do both sides will get from this?
So Jetco is the initial agreement to work together on a few particular work streams in agriculture, food and drink, in healthcare, in education, and in financial services. And we want to progress that and make some significant progress on those things. We also want to work on an enhanced trade partnership, which we hope can then be one of the first steps towards, in the future, working towards a free trade agreement. So there's a lot that we can do together, but we need to see some concrete activity and get some of these first wins across the line.
And that's all for Voice of the Nations today. Stay tuned with us from Monday to Friday from 8 to 8:30 p.m. You can also watch a rerun on our Facebook fan page, Nation Thailand, and also on our website, nationthailand.com. สวัสดีค่ะ